Good afternoon and namaste, everybody. Today, I will begin to take you to a beautiful country, Switzerland, first. This is not Switzerland, this is Nepal, Pokhara, definitely. And this is Switzerland, and that is me with the skiing down in the beautiful Switzerland. And one afternoon, you can imagine a beautiful grassland, and few cows were grazing, and I was enjoying that beautiful serenity there. And at the same time, I remember this particular incident when a farmer came on his pickup with his 6 big milk cans. He put the strap around and put some pipes, and the milk started flowing. That was, to me, was a miracle. A guy with 6 big cans, he filled out immediately within an hour and left. Probably he got 200-liter milk within an hour. And at me, myself, being a son of a farmer, we look after one buffalo that gives a meager amount of 5 liter, maybe a whole family work hard to get that. That was one incident. Then as a hospitality student, I begin to dig down and wonder why the bus time is not 6:30, it's 6:03, and bus would come at 6:03. Whether it's snowing, it's raining, it doesn't matter. And further I discovered, this is the picture that I mean. They put that things and then they run the machine, and then 200-liter milk is milked by one farmer. All right. So after this, I just want to take you to this picture. He is Buzz Aldrin. We know the person who stepped in moon long time back, right? The gadget that he shows on his right arm and the cameras that was used was a Swiss technology at that time, long time back. And all these things that I discovered about the Swiss precision, and what I learned, the 80% of Swiss citizens don't go to university or college degree. They choose, they know their cognitive limitations, and they learn skills, and they are fine. They are fine. But here, back to Nepal, 2006, I still realize that our society, our young people, our parents, everybody wants somebody to become a doctor, engineer, and all kinds of degrees, or you go abroad. That was still there. And then I begin to see our beautiful country that hundreds of years back, our ancestors did have that richness. Being in this pattern, and in every window that you see, every monument that you see, it amazes you, the craft, the precision. Let me take you there. This picture was taken in 1950s by Dr. Tony Hagen. This is Bodhanath Stupa. And you know what Bodhanath Stupa now look like. And let me take you to another picture. Sorry. That is Charikot. This is a village where I was born. Inside, this is how I looked like at that time. So this is Charikot, and this is me. So let me fast forward. This is now Charikot. I give a credit to the photographer now. So with these few pictures, we have seen the varieties. We have seen the richness of what Nepal is 400, 500 years back. We see the possibility, and we still see, just like that Charikot Hill become that, we still have this pristine nature. All around Nepal, you can see that. This will not take long time if we do not redefine the meaning of education. This will turn into that. And this warm hospitality, this is Upper Mustang. These people genuinely believe in hospitality. This is in their blood. So let me take you a little bit to experiential learning. That is my topic. This is a guy standing in front of you. To find a better job, I started learning how to type. There was a typewriter. Then finally we had a computer and we had this floppy disk. I don't know how many of you knew that. Then the CD-ROM came. Oh, that was a magic. I could save so a lot of songs and the photographs, and I thought that is ultimate. Then came the flash drive or the external hard drive and everything. And now you know, you need nothing of this. There's something called cloud, right? A lot of you from the IT sector, you know that. So what I had to do, it was a lifelong learning, adaptation. And that's what we don't talk about in education. We don't talk about our curriculum. And we talk about degrees, bachelors, masters, but then we forgot about mastery. And that's what I want to compare today. Okay. Those were the women that you saw. We invited them to learn, which they already knew how to cook, how to do their indigenous food. But after training, they went back to Mustang. And what changed is, for me, is the experiential learning. That is the foundation. And this story will not complete if I don't tell about what did I take away from Switzerland. What was the secret of Switzerland is 3 times smaller in terms of size, almost 4 times smaller in terms of populations. And it's also landlocked, by the way. If you think that being landlocked is a misery, Switzerland is also landlocked, right? I figured out one truth, and that truth is people are their asset. 80% people in our definition, they're uneducated because they don't go to university, they don't have a bachelor's degree. They built a strong economy, and they think and they say that their people are their asset. And I would like to read out loud the preamble in their constitution. The preamble in their constitution, and this is what it goes. This is what it says in the constitution. The knowledge that only those who use their freedom are really free. And then it goes, and that the strength of people is measured by the well-being of the weakest member. You see the focus? It's not about who is the richest here in the society. How do you measure the well-being of the weakest member? That's what your country is. And so learning, connecting back to what we have currently and the possibility, what is Nepal? I just want to take you there. Our professions that we already see, the tapestry of art and artifacts, the culture, the drama, the music that you just saw, that is all us. That makes us rich. That's Nepal. All those beautiful statues. Do you ever question when you go to Patan and find a beautiful Buddha statue, and then if you take out the cotton and this is mesmerizing image, do you care whether that statue is done by a degree holder? Does he have a PhD? Do you care? Because you care about mastery. So our misery, in my opinion, depends on our mastery, not the master. Because then I went on to Canada and Australia. They had the similar pattern. The people, the ordinary people, almost 80% of the population didn't care about the degree and the university and everything. They cared about mastery. They were very proud plumber. They are very proud electrician. They are proud farmer. And that's what builds the nation. They're proud driver. They're proud chef. And experiential learning digs down even deeper. Think about one example, a master chef that would be very relevant, our chef Santosh Shah. How many of you know? All of you know. All of you know. The gentleman just giving a speech in Harvard today was failed in 10th grade. And 10th grade, he failed in English. Okay? And now he's giving a lecture in Harvard, and then was a BBC MasterChef 2021 rebuttal winner. And guess what? His life today, we read in our grade 10 English subject. So does this limit you? So what it talks about, our cracked pillar in our understanding of education is that you don't have to have that fancy degree. If you want to do it, go ahead, do it. But not everybody has that cognitive capacity, and it's okay. It's okay. And you need to give a dignity and pride to the profession, and you will do the mastery in that thing. So my next point, we already know in learning, in education, not only the students, even us, everyone, how do we learn? There are 4 challenges it mentions. People don't learn when the coffee is cracked, when the coffee is dirty, or the coffee is upside down, or coffee is full. This is just a symbolic, right? People don't want to learn, don't want to learn. They already have an opinion, they don't learn. Or it's already full, they don't learn. Or it is upside down, they don't learn, right? Well, I can start with this. So for any experiential learning, there are 2 pillars. Because I would like to share you my example, because you probably saw that a bachelor's degree in commerce, okay? What was that like? My bachelor's degree in commerce, I don't know how many of you can relate. You could only go, I had to work full-time, and then you had to work full-time, you go to university sometime, and then somebody would tell, okay, there's a routine. Routine is published. And then you buy a NEMA photocopy guest paper. How many of you can remember? And then in the evening, you memorize everything, go right down tomorrow, results, yay, you pass. And then I was not very proud when I know that is not the education. Knowing the information from the book and being able to, write it down in the piece of paper is not the education. We are still fooled by this concept that you are and that is not. And the education only completes your knowing, because you never know enough. There is always a next level of knowing. But doing, the more you do, you head towards expertise. And the combination of knowing and doing, triggers, progresses to the being, the wisdom. And if you do not value, if you don't give a dignity to the hard work that people do, those people that cook for you, the people that drive for you, people that clean for you, then we will end up being able to use the dirty toilet, the bad food, the driver that takes you to the cliff, everything that comes from not having this dignity of pride. And our education system is silent on this mastery. It only talks about the masters. And going backward, so one of the examples that I want to say, is that possible? Is that real world work-based learning possible? 3 years back, we hear from our industry people that they lack people. Because our hospitality management, I'm from the tourism fraternity, also this study exam, and then they comes and they look for opportunity which is not there. So what we did with Kathmandu University, with Professor Peter Jones, myself and many of us, we put our head together and can we do the apprenticeship where students can go to university only as a part-time but work full-time. Guess what? Now we have 3 campuses, we have bachelors in professional hospitality and more than 200 students already. So this is possible. So Kathmandu University, for your information, has now arts and craft. Those beautiful things you can learn as a bachelor's degree. You have a yogic science, and things are moving. That's what I call a rippling effect. If you do once, have a courage to go and you can do it. And we can reverse this so that this lack of opportunity becomes a whole story for us. And I'm fully optimistic, having been into different countries, 5 dozen different countries around the world. One thing I know, just like there is a pattern of functionality, what makes a rich or a prosper country prosper, there's a pattern that how this underdeveloped country has a pattern. They do not value the profession. They do not understand what they have, and they do not understand the dignity of labor. So this is what I have learned. So my one line that I don't want to forget before I finish. Since we know everything that we need, our ultimate goal of a human is to be useful to others. So we need to identify ourselves with commonality and differences. Yes, we are similar to others, we are different to others, but we can embrace both. That is the only society then it prospers. We already mentioned that there are a lot to be done, but I want to end with one fine line before I finish, and that is degrees with higher percentage or mastery. What will you choose? We have to decide. And also that profession, just the opposite. My fine line with this tourism is tourism and hospitality is a healing profession. Somebody doesn't just come to you just to fill a belly. They can do it anywhere. And hospitality industry is an architect of experience. If somebody comes to this country, we already know the statistics why they are not coming, is because our in genuine hospitality, the culture, the craft, the nature, if we do not know how to look after that, then we will lose it. So my fine line, we already have everything we need, but we need to abandon masters and go for the mastery. Thank you very much.